again, I'm Sandy, and I'm back with Suzanne.
Hi.
And Suzanne has now been on the diet for
2 weeks today.
2 weeks. Fantastic. Well, you're looking great.
Thank you. I'm feeling great.
How much have you lost?
I have lost 13.6 pounds in 2 weeks.
Just fantastic.
I'm ecstatic.
Yes. Look at your face.
People have been commenting on my face for the last week. It's really the puffiness. The thing about this diet is that you don't get any kind of bloated feeling. And, you know, aside from losing weight, I feel less puffy and less bloated. So it's been really rewarding.
I can see it. You know, you're slimmer through here, and
I'm a lot slimmer through here.
yes.
Yes. I'm excited about that. This is a difficult place for a lot of people to notice any kind of progress, and I'm really excited. Next week will be 3 weeks, and we'll be doing the measurements.
Yes.
So I'm going to hold off and let you do the measurements.
Yes. At 3 weeks, we want you to do your measurements. If you're with your coach can help you with that. Otherwise, you'll be doing them on your own. And you're going to see some great changes. You know, typically about an inch per pound you lose.
Wow.
Overall. If we actually measured in more places, you'd see more loss. But we just do it in, you know, on your bicep, the chest, the waist, which is an inch above your belly button, your abdomen, which is 2 inches below, your hips, your thighs. So if we actually did knees, ankles, forearms, necks, things like that, up here, because a lot of people are quite thick through this area, you'd see even more. But typically, you know, a pound of fat, which is about the same as a pound of butter, you know, that's taking about an inch off you overall. So it depends on how people's weight is set up, but we're going to see a lot of changes here. I'm really excited.
I'm really excited. This has been really rewarding, like I said. Yeah.
Well, let's talk about some of the, you know, hiccups the last 2 weeks.
Well, I did have a day where I was hungry, and I didn't know why.
We told you you weren't going to be hungry.
And there was supposedly no hunger. I hadn't experienced it before, but, you know, I was hungry. And as it turned out, I had given myself my injection incorrectly so that my hormone wasn't getting absorbed.
That's right. So you called and
I called,
or
and
I called you. I don't know. You said you were hungry.
And with doing a little bit of detective work, it was very clear that I had not given myself an injection properly because, if, as you say, if you're hungry, something's not quite right.
Yes. So a couple of things. So we had her give herself another small injection. It was a lower dose, and down further on her leg. And she had been doing it in the fat area and also had pinched for the fat. You don't want to do that. You need to push down tight and make sure that injection's getting into your leg. But let's talk about that. Suzanne is here, and she preferred to go on the injectable because we're here and we can handle that with her. But we've changed over to the sublingual, which is a much better way for everybody to go because you can't make a mistake. You know you won't get it into your fat. Another problem, and I'm just going to jump ahead a little.
Mm-hmm.
You left your product out of the fridge overnight, right?
I did.
So that means it isn't going to work for her anymore. Now, if we hadn't been here, she would have been
Off the diet.
The diet would have been finished virtually because within 2 to 3 days she's going to feel so hungry she can't stay on it anymore. That's just not going to work. So the sublingual is easy. It's just a couple drops under your tongue. You can do it twice a day, which I think is really the best. And you can leave it out of the fridge. You can tote it around with you if you're traveling. You can throw it in your suitcase or in your purse. I think it's not too much. You can take it on a plane. So it's really a much better solution for people. And you don't have to worry about needles and syringes. And I guess that's the same thing. And the pain. It's very, very minor. Very, very minor.
Actually,
You
none
don't even
at all.
notice it, yeah.
None at all. Yeah.
But it's just a lot of stuff to take around as opposed to just a dropper.
Right.
So let's go. Oh, and then the food. Let's talk about how was the food.
The food was really good this week. I tried some of the recipes, and I think that it's a really great tool to have in your pocket there. The one day that I did not prepare, which I think this is critical because I ended up preparing plain chicken and plain asparagus with no spices, and I felt really deprived.
Yeah.
So I think it's pretty critical for me anyway to prepare ahead, and really know what I'm going to eat and have good, yummy food, because it is possible.
Absolutely. So for the non-cooks out there, this is a time to maybe think about just learning a few recipes that are satisfying. Don't try and just will your way through it and force your way through some bland meals. There's some wonderful recipes. The food is very good. Even with a very limited list of foods, you can make some wonderful recipes. We have a couple of chefs that have been doing the diet, and they're actually kind of excited about the challenge of not having a lot of ingredients, but making some really delicious meals. And you know what? In long term, you're going to have to know a little bit about how to cook yourself a decent meal, that you can, because otherwise you're going to go back to some pretty bad eating habits. Those people that can cook at home do a lot better.
I find that eating out, I've only eaten out once or twice in the last couple of weeks, but eating out, you really do not have control, and it's kind of a risk that's not really worth taking. I ate sashimi at a sushi night with my girlfriends. I chose sashimi, but the pickled ginger that I had possibly was the cause of my 1 pound weight gain.
Which was a real shock.
Which was a shock. It was disappointing, and it felt like a real setback, although, it's not.
But see, now, Suzanne, we talked about that right away, and she was up a pound. We said, well, it's impossible, it's physiologically impossible to put on any weight during this diet. So if you are up at all, it's salt or oil that's been absorbed through cream on your skin or something like that. But traditionally and most often it's going to be salt, okay? So I said to Suzanne, you could wait 2 days, drink plenty of liquids, and just go about your regular meals. Or if it was me, I'd just do an apple day real quick. So yesterday you did an apple day.
I did an apple day. It was convenient. It was easy. I did not have the hunger, and I just felt light and energetic, and I was really committed to it because I wanted to see the results that I've been seeing every day up until that day, and it was a perfect fix. I was down 1.4 pounds this morning, so I guess it was the salt or something that I didn't have control of.
Absolutely, and that you were a little worried yesterday because she thought maybe it was because she'd hit a weight that she normally was having a hard time getting by previously.
I plateau at 155. I've spent many years there, and it was very disheartening when I stood on the scale and saw that I had gained, and I thought exactly that I would plateau again, but my experience is that it's going to keep going down.
Yeah, it absolutely will. If you have any weight that you used to get stuck on, you are not going to get stuck on that weight anymore. Whatever you want to lose, you are going to be able to lose with this protocol. I have seen it over and over and over and over and over and over again, and it's so exciting. Anyhow, we won't keep you any longer. Unless there's anything else you wanted to say?
No, just pay attention and keep in touch with your coach.
Absolutely.
And stay motivated. Follow the protocol, and it'll keep you motivated.
And stick to the protocol. There's a reason that you're not allowed to have certain things.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a reason why you're told to eat certain things. Stick with that. Stay in close touch with your coach. I mean, that's why you're paying the big bucks, right? To be guided personally through this program and to have the ultimate results and to make this the last time, right?
The last time.
That's right. Okay, well, we'll talk to you again in 1 more week. Thanks for tuning in.